I normally go grocery shopping once every 3 weeks, but oftentimes I will try to push that out to once every 4 weeks. But if I say to myself that I'm only going to go grocery shopping once a month, that kind of gets overwhelming for me. But I want to teach you how I go through my refrigerator and meal plan out what we can use and stretch those grocery shopping trips out. So even if you're just trying to make it so you don't go grocery shopping for a full week, you will be able to learn some tips from this video. If you're just meeting me, my name is 𝐂𝐻𝐋, and this is 𝐂𝐻𝐋 Legacy, where I teach you how to save money on groceries. I have viral produce tips to teach you how to keep produce fresh at least 3 weeks long with our best-selling new book, the Zero Waste Produce Guide, that has tips for over 75 produce items. Make sure you check out that link in the description, and we're going to get into our refrigerator. Before I open the refrigerator door, I do want to say I've even called the manufacturer. There's no way to turn off the dinging. So I'm sorry if it's going to ding. We're going to do this as quickly as possible. So some of the things I'm doing right before going grocery shopping again, which will be in another week, is I'm checking what I have and what I can use in recipes. Just earlier today, I had a huge jar of strawberries right there that we made some frozen yogurt bark, and that's going to be its own video. So there's the dinging. So I have some peppers up here. If these were getting wrinkly, I could chop those up and put them in the freezer. And I have one jalapeno up there that I'm going to be doing something special with. And then this is all of the spinach that we have left. There's just a couple little pieces left, but if I had a lot of spinach and I was getting close to grocery shopping day again, I would take my stasher bag and take the paper towel out of it and put this in the freezer. Then I could use any of the spinach to put into recipes or smoothies, but we've almost ate all of the spinach. This container right here, this glass container, has romaine lettuce in it, so I'm going to meal prep some salads just like this in a jar. It'll be fuller. This is leftovers that we had from dinner the other night, but if I meal prep the salads, then Mike's more apt to eat them during his lunchtime. This basket up here has some apples in it. Those apples I don't need to worry about eating up because they're going to last about 6 months. If you didn't know, apples are only picked in the fall all around the world where they're picked, and they're normally in cold storage the rest of the year. So when you're getting an apple anytime other than the fall, it's been in cold storage, so it's going to do the same thing in my refrigerator. And then I had bought eggs, and then our chickens decided to start laying eggs again, but it's muddy and they were dirty, so we washed them and they're in the fridge and not in the cabinet. And then over here I have some butternut squash that I cooked last night when I was making dinner to use tonight because I had the oven on, and then I pulled out some pulled pork that we're going to have with that. And then we have some onion here. Whenever we cut an onion, I always cut the whole thing and put it in a glass jar with a metal lid, and this will stay fresh for about 10 days, and I always seem to use the rest of it before it starts to get translucent. And then we just made some avocado ranch dressing that will be its own video, so I'm not sure if it's going to come out before or after this, but this is avocado ranch. I was out of mayonnaise, so I made my own the other day. Making your own avocado mayonnaise is so much cheaper than buying it at the store. So I was able to make it and make our chicken salad sandwiches and not have to worry about going to the grocery store. We still have some snap peas, which we're going to use with the avocado ranch as a dip. And then we have some cottage cheese that's still left. If I still have some of this left next week, then I'm going to make some jalapeno bagels with the cottage cheese, but Mike might eat it before then. So that's one of the things that if I still have it left and want to be buying more when we go to the grocery store, then I'll use it in some different recipes. But he does like having cottage cheese and peaches together. And then we have a little bit of Greek yogurt left. I buy Greek yogurt instead of sour cream, and then we can use it multiple ways. The Greek yogurt we were using to make frozen yogurt bark with some of the extra berries that we had. So we added blueberries and strawberries to that to use it up, and then it's in the freezer. I used some of this beef stock last night. If I don't use this up in the next couple days, I can put this either in super cubes in the freezer, or I can just put it in the glass jar in the freezer. It's totally fine to freeze in glass as long as you leave enough headspace and it was cooled to refrigerator temperatures first. over here is that salad. I just showed you that. These carrots were actually in the drawer and they were looking pretty sad last night because it's been 3 weeks since I bought them. And so I put them in cold water overnight. It made them hydrated again, and then I peeled and cut them. They will stay crunchy in a jar for over a month. So I have some of the carrots here and some up here on the shelf that have celery mixed in there also. And this is a little bit of the blueberries. Blueberries will last 6 to 8 weeks, so I wasn't worried about eating the last of these up. There's a little bit more peas over here. And then in this container, there's the cocktail cucumbers. So I wash those when I bring them home and I put them in a glass jar like this, and they'll stay fresh for about 2 to 3 weeks. That's one of them that you have to check the moisture and make sure that there's not a lot of moisture in the container. You might have to switch out the paper towel mid-cycle on that, because if there's too much moisture coming off those baby cocktail cucumbers, then that paper towel will get damp and you might need to replace it. So these cucumbers are still great. We're going to use them on a snack board. I do that often. I will throw a bunch of different carrots and celery and peas and whatever vegetables we have and a healthy dip and set that out while I'm making dinner. So I snack on it, but everybody in my family also snacks on it instead of being hungry before dinner. And it makes me not stress so much about them getting their veggies in during the actual meal. And then down here in this drawer, it's almost empty. I have 2 little zucchini left, so I need to use those zucchini up. And then I was thinking, since I have cucumbers left and I have peppers left, I'm probably going to make some gyros with some sauce for that. So if you like that recipe, make sure that you comment and we will make that into a blog post. And then over in this drawer, there is the avocados and any citrus I have. So the avocados now are 3 weeks old. We just used one of the avocados to make the avocado ranch dressing. It's a great way that I can sneak avocados into Mike's diet because he won't eat them like on the side or on a salad of anything. So anyways, that is what's, oh, and we have some grapes here in the door. I'm not sure if you can see them. So there's still some grapes over here too. But I bought a ton of produce when we did our February grocery shopping haul because I was on TV and I had some speaking events, so I wanted to make sure that I had everything that we needed, and as promised, we are eating through all of it. And I just have to say how much is worth it to wash your produce. Literally, this is 3 weeks old and it still looks perfect, and when you're washing it according to my instructions, then you're also killing off any mold spores, E. coli, Listeria, and any other harmful pathogens. So make sure that you're checking out the Zero Waste Produce Guide. There's a link for the book and our meal planner on a bundle deal, and there's a discount code in the description. And things like cilantro and parsley, these will also last 6 weeks. So since I normally only go grocery shopping once every 3 weeks, I normally get one or the other each time that I go grocery shopping, and I can keep it fresh the entire time. So this is my meal planner. One of my favorite features in this is being able to plan my meals around things that I already have. So while I was peeking in the refrigerator, I was able to make a plan for some of the items that I have in there that I want to use up this week, and it makes us have some snacks, some breakfasts, and some dinner ideas using those up. And sometimes we just get like tired of eating strawberries, so to be able to chop them up and use them in a totally different way is really fabulous. And then this grocery planner also has where I'm keeping track of things in my inventory, so I know when I sit down to meal plan exactly what I have. But it's just such a game changer of making sure that you're keeping on track of what you're spending for your groceries for your family. So if you haven't heard me say it a million times already, we spend $135 per person on our family, and right now we only have 2, and so it's just Mike and I here. Over the last couple of years, our family size has varied between having grandma here and foster kids and our own kids who are now grown and flown, but we've used that $135 grocery budget no matter if we had 2 or 8 here in the house, and it has worked even through inflation the last few years. And for the most part, we are an 80% organic family. I normally say we're 80-20. 80% of the things that I buy, I try to get them as organic and whole as I can, and 20%, sometimes it's just okay to get something that somebody wants. So thank you for watching this video today. If you would like to see more of the meals that we make sure that you check the playlist. We are putting out a new meal video every 2 weeks, and we're starting to break those videos out into recipes for the ones that you guys are most requesting. So I hope that you hit that subscribe button and join us on the Cross Legacy.